You've been through a lot. There's no denying that. Life has thrown challenges at you, moments that have tested your strength, your patience, and your will to keep moving forward. But today, right now, I want you to take a deep breath and realize something. You are still here. You are still standing. And no matter how tough it's been, that alone is a victory. But let me tell you something important this moment right here. It's not just about surviving anymore. It's about thriving. It's about waking up to the truth that you have the power to rebuild yourself and create something new, something better. I know what it's like to feel lost, to feel like you've given everything you have and still don't know where to go. Maybe you've been knocked down so many times that you can't remember what it feels like to stand tall. Maybe you feel like parts of you have been broken beyond repair. But I want you to understand this, you are not broken. You are simply in the process of being rebuilt. You have faced setbacks, yes. You've experienced disappointments, failures, and moments when you thought the light at the end of the tunnel was gone. But those moments do not define you. What defines you is your ability to rise, to heal, and to rebuild. The first step in this process is shifting your mindset. You see, everything begins with the way you think about yourself and your circumstances. If you continue to see yourself as defeated, if you continue to believe that your past has to shape your future, then you'll stay stuck. But if you start to see every challenge as an opportunity for growth, every setback as a lesson, then you will begin to unlock your true power. You are not the failures you've experienced. You are not the mistakes you've made. You are the lessons you've learned, the strength you've gained, and the courage you've discovered through it all. When you change the story you tell yourself, you change your reality. So today, choose a new story, a story where you are the hero, where you are the one who rises again and again. Next, it's time to stop being so hard on yourself. So often we are our own harshest critics. We hold ourselves to impossible standards and punish ourselves for every little misstep. But what if you treated yourself with the same compassion you would show a friend in need? What if instead of berating yourself, you spoke to yourself with kindness, with understanding, with patience? Self-compassion doesn't mean giving up or letting yourself off the hook. It means acknowledging that you are human. It means recognizing that mistakes are part of the journey and that you have the ability to learn, grow, and become stronger because of them. You deserve the same love and support that you would offer to anyone you care about. And it starts with how you treat yourself. You don't have to have everything figured out right now. You don't have to have a grand plan in place to begin. The truth is, all you need to do is take that first step. It doesn't matter how small it is. The key is to start moving, to start taking action, even if it feels uncertain or uncomfortable. Every step forward, no matter how tiny, is progress, and progress over time leads to transformation. Rebuilding yourself isn't about jumping to perfection overnight. It's about consistently showing up for yourself day after day, even when it feels tough. It's about building habits that align with the future you want, one action at a time. Let me remind you, persistence is everything. You may not see the results immediately. You may not feel like you're getting anywhere some days. But consistency, even in small actions, will get you there. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep going. Even on days when you feel like quitting, keep moving forward. This journey is not linear. Some days will be harder than others. Some days you'll question whether it's worth it, but I promise you it is. The work you're doing on yourself right now will pay off. The strength you're building will carry you through, and the person you are becoming is worth every ounce of effort. Take a moment now to close your eyes and imagine the person you want to become. Picture them in as much detail as possible. What do they look like? How do they carry themselves? How do they speak to themselves? What kind of life do they lead? Now, take a step back and realize something important. That person is not some distant version of yourself. That person is already inside you. They are waiting to emerge, waiting for you to step into your power. The actions you take today, the way you speak to yourself, and the choices you make will shape that future version of you. So ask yourself, what can I do today, right now, to be that person? This is your time, this is your moment to wake up, to rebuild, and to become the best version of yourself. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for the circumstances to change. The time is now. You have everything you need within you to begin again. You are strong, you are capable, and you are worthy of all the greatness that lies ahead of you. So rise up, step into your power, rebuild yourself with intention, with love, and with persistence. The journey will be worth it, and you will become the person you've always known you were meant to be. Now take another deep breath. Let it fill you with hope, with determination, and with confidence. Today is the day you start rebuilding. And with each new day, you will get closer to the best version of yourself. Let's begin this journey, one step at a time. It's time to wake up and rebuild your life. You've got this. You are not broken. You are simply in the process of being rebuilt. Life has a way of testing us, pushing us to the edge, and sometimes it feels as if we've been shattered into a million pieces. There are moments when we look at ourselves and believe we are unfixable, that the damage is too great to repair. We carry the weight of our struggles, our failures, and our pain, often feeling like we are irreparably broken. But what if I told you that the truth is far different? That what you're experiencing is not the end, but the beginning of something powerful? That the cracks, the wounds, and the scars are not signs of weakness, but proof of your resilience and strength? When something breaks, it's not destroyed beyond hope. Instead, it's given the chance to be rebuilt, stronger than before. You've weathered storms. You've faced challenges that you thought you couldn't overcome. You've made mistakes. You've had setbacks, and you've fallen down more times than you care to count. But here's the thing, you're still here. You're still standing. That means you've survived every difficulty that life has thrown your way. And that survival isn't a small thing. It's a testament to your strength, your perseverance, and your ability to rise. Every single experience you've had, every moment of hardship has been shaping you. Maybe not in ways you've recognized, but the lessons are there. The hurt, the disappointment, the struggles have all been part of the process that has sculpted you into who you are today. You've learned resilience, you've learned how to navigate adversity, and with each challenge, you've become more capable, more equipped, and more ready for what's to come. This is not the end of your story. This is the phase where you start rebuilding, restructuring who you are, who you want to become. Your life is not defined by the brokenness, but by the process of healing, of rebuilding, and of becoming whole again. It's about taking the pieces of your past and assembling them into something new, something stronger, something wiser. You don't have to be perfect to start rebuilding. You don't need to have everything figured out. What you need is the understanding that even if you feel broken right now, you are not beyond repair. The most beautiful things are often created from the most unlikely materials. Just like the most resilient people are often forged through the hardest trials. So don't judge your journey by where you are right now. Judge it by the fact that you are moving forward. Rebuilding yourself is not an overnight process. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes trust that with each small effort you are creating something better. The road ahead may seem uncertain, and there may be days when you doubt if you'll ever be whole again. But I promise you this, the process of healing, of picking yourself up piece by piece, will lead to a version of yourself that is even stronger, even more powerful than the person you were before. You are not broken. You are in the process of becoming everything you were meant to be. Let that knowledge empower you. Let it give you the strength to keep going. And when you feel the weight of the world pushing you down, remember you are not being defeated, you are simply being rebuilt. Shifting your mindset is the first and most powerful step toward rebuilding yourself. The way you think shapes the reality you live in. Every thought, every belief, and every perception you hold about yourself and your circumstances directly influences the actions you take and ultimately the outcomes you experience. If you continue to view challenges as insurmountable obstacles or failures as final, you will remain stuck. But when you begin to see every challenge as an opportunity for growth and every setback as a lesson in disguise, everything changes. A shift in mindset doesn't happen overnight. It's a process that requires intention, awareness, and effort. The key is to become conscious of the stories you tell yourself. How many times have you faced a setback and immediately told yourself that you're not good enough, that you can't do it, or that this is the end of the road for you? These negative beliefs and self-talk only keep you trapped in a cycle of defeat. But when you start to challenge those thoughts, when you start to question them and replace them with empowering beliefs, you take back control. Every challenge you face is a chance to learn and grow. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? The moment you start reframing your struggles as lessons, you begin to shift your mindset from one of defeat to one of possibility. With this new perspective, you stop seeing yourself as a victim of your circumstances and start seeing yourself as a creator of your reality. You begin to understand that you have the power to choose how you respond to every situation that comes your way. Take a moment to think about the obstacles you've faced in the past. Look at how far you've come. You've faced some incredibly difficult moments, and yet you're still here. You are stronger, wiser, and more capable than you may even realize. All of those past struggles, all of those moments when you thought you couldn't keep going, have prepared you for this moment. They've equipped you with tools, wisdom, and resilience that you can use to overcome anything that lies ahead. The power to change your life starts with changing your mindset. If you believe that you are stuck, that your circumstances define you, then that belief will become your reality. But if you believe that you are capable of growth, that you can learn from every mistake, and that no challenge is too great for you to overcome, then you open yourself up to endless possibilities. When you shift your mindset, you also shift your energy. You stop wasting your time and energy on things that drain you. Instead, you begin to focus on what matters, your personal growth, your goals, and your future. You stop blaming external factors for your situation and take responsibility for the choices you make. You realize that no matter where you are in life, you have the ability to change your trajectory. A positive mindset doesn't mean you'll never face challenges, but it means you'll approach them with confidence, resilience, and an unwavering belief that you can handle whatever comes your way. It's about embracing the idea that growth doesn't happen in comfort but in adversity. Every setback, every challenge, every difficult moment is an opportunity for you to expand, to grow, and to become the best version of yourself. So, start today. Shift your mindset. Embrace the challenges and see them as stepping stones to your greatest self. So often, we are our own harshest critics. We have a tendency to hold ourselves to impossible standards, expecting perfection in every area of our lives. When we make mistakes, fall short, or simply don't live up to our own expectations, we can be incredibly unforgiving with ourselves. We replay our missteps over and over, questioning our worth, doubting our abilities, and sometimes even telling ourselves we are not enough. But what if, instead of judgment, we offered ourselves compassion? What if we could treat ourselves with the same understanding and kindness that we would offer a dear friend going through a tough time? Self-compassion is not about excusing mistakes or ignoring areas where we need growth. It's about recognizing that we are human, and as humans we are bound to face challenges, make mistakes, and encounter setbacks. When you practice self-compassion, you stop viewing these moments as personal failures, and instead you view them as part of the journey. You understand that growth comes from learning through our experiences, not from being perfect. Instead of berating yourself for not getting things right, try speaking to yourself as you would a friend who is struggling. What would you say to them? Would you tell them they're not good enough? Would you remind them of every flaw or shortcoming? Number, you would encourage them. You would remind them of their strengths, of how far they've come, and of their potential to rise above the challenges they face. You would offer them empathy, understanding, and grace. Why don't we offer ourselves the same courtesy? We are often so quick to be compassionate toward others, but we forget that we too deserve that same love and kindness. Self-compassion is about treating yourself with the same warmth and care you would extend to anyone else. It means forgiving yourself for the things you've done or haven't done, and understanding that your mistakes do not define you. They are simply experiences that help shape you into a wiser, stronger person. When you begin practicing self-compassion, you open yourself up to healing. Instead of dwelling on your flaws, you start focusing on your growth. You begin to understand that you are worthy of love and kindness, even in your imperfections. This doesn't mean you settle for less than your best, but it means you stop punishing yourself for being human. You allow yourself to make mistakes, to learn from them, and to move forward without carrying the weight of guilt or shame. It's easy to feel defeated when you're constantly criticizing yourself, but when you offer yourself compassion, you create space for growth. You give yourself permission to try again, knowing that failure is not the end, but merely a stepping stone towards success. You allow yourself to embrace your humanity and accept that you don't need to be perfect to be deserving of love, happiness, and success. Self-compassion also helps to build resilience. When you are kind to yourself, you develop the emotional strength to face life's challenges with courage and determination. You stop seeing setbacks as reasons to give up, and instead you see them as opportunities to learn, adapt, and grow stronger. The more you practice self-compassion, the more you realize that you don't need to have everything figured out to be worthy of love and success. You simply need to show up, treat yourself with care, and keep moving forward one step at a time. It's easy to become overwhelmed by the idea of making big changes or achieving grand goals. The pressure to have everything figured out, to have the perfect plan in place, can be paralyzing. But here's the truth. You don't need to have it all figured out right now. You don't need to take massive leaps or make dramatic changes overnight. The most important thing is to start. It's the small actions, the daily steps that will lead you to where you want to go. And each of those steps, no matter how small, is progress. Often we get caught up in thinking that the journey to change must be monumental, that it requires some huge, life-altering decision. We wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect conditions to make our move. But the reality is that no moment will ever be perfect. Life is messy, unpredictable, and full of surprises. If you wait for everything to line up just right, you'll never move. And you'll never experience the growth that comes from simply beginning. Every small action you take is a victory in itself, whether it's getting out of bed when you didn't feel like it, making a healthier choice, taking 5 minutes to meditate, or sending an email that's been on your to-do list for weeks. It all counts. These seemingly insignificant steps add up over time. They compound, and before you know it, the small actions you took daily will have led to significant progress. It's easy to discount the power of small steps. We live in a world that glorifies instant results and grand gestures, but the truth is, transformation doesn't happen in one big moment. It's the consistent, everyday efforts that lead to lasting change. Each time you take a small step, you reinforce the belief that you are capable, that you are committed to your growth, and that you are in control of your journey. These little wins build momentum, and that momentum becomes the fuel that propels you forward. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have everything in place. Just start where you are with what you have and take that first step. And when you make a mistake, because you will, everyone just don't beat yourself up. Learn from it. Adjust your course. Keep moving. The key is to keep going. The act of moving forward, no matter how small the step, is what will create the changes you desire. It's about showing up for yourself every day, even on the tough days. It's easy to get discouraged when you don't see immediate results. But remember, change takes time. The seeds you plant today may not sprout right away, but that doesn't mean they aren't growing beneath the surface. Keep watering them. Keep taking those small steps. Eventually, the work you put in will start to show, and when it does, you'll be amazed at how far you've come, even if it felt like progress was slow in the beginning. The journey of rebuilding yourself isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. It's about consistently showing up, taking one step at a time, and trusting that over time, those small actions will add up to something incredible. So start today, take that first small step, and know that every effort you make, no matter how minor it seems, is leading you closer to the person you're becoming. Persistence is the key to unlocking your potential and achieving lasting transformation. It's easy to become discouraged when things don't happen as quickly as you expect or when you face setbacks. It's easy to throw in the towel when the road gets tough, to believe that maybe you're just not meant for success. But I promise you, the most successful people in the world didn't get where they are because everything went smoothly. They got there because they refused to give up, no matter how many times they stumbled, no matter how many obstacles stood in their way. You are no different. The only difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who don't is persistence. It's the ability to keep going even when things don't look promising, even when the progress feels slow, and even when your mind starts to tell you that you're not good enough. The truth is, persistence is the muscle that helps you push through the hardest days, the moments when quitting feels like the easiest option. Think about it. You didn't learn to walk by giving up after your first fall. You didn't learn to ride a bike by quitting after the first scrape. Persistence is something we learn as children. We fail, we fall, we get back up, and we try again. And each time we do, we get a little stronger, a little more confident, and a little closer to success. Somewhere along the way, many of us forget that lesson. We start to think that success should come easily, and when it doesn't, we feel defeated. But the reality is that success, true lasting success, takes time. It's not instant. It's built over days, weeks, months, and even years of consistent effort. There will be times when you feel like you're not making progress, like you're stuck in a cycle. But the truth is, every step you take, no matter how small, is still progress. It's still movement forward. Each time you push through a challenge, you gain new skills, new insights, and new strength. Those experiences, even the difficult ones, are preparing you for the next level of success. Persistence is not about being perfect. It's about showing up day after day, even when you don't feel like it. It's about continuing to move forward, even when the road is tough. It's about maintaining your focus on the bigger picture, even when the details seem overwhelming. The journey will not always be smooth, but persistence allows you to see beyond the temporary struggles and focus on the bigger goal. When you persist, you build resilience. You learn how to handle setbacks with grace, how to find new solutions when things go wrong, and how to stay grounded even when things feel chaotic. You also build confidence. Every time you don't give up, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever thought. You build a belief in your own abilities, and that belief is what will carry you through even the toughest moments. Don't be fooled into thinking that the path to success is a straight line. It's full of twists and turns, ups and downs, and moments of doubt. But if you are persistent, you will keep moving forward no matter what. Every time you choose to keep going, you are that much closer to the success you desire. So don't give up. Keep showing up, keep pushing forward, and trust that with each step, you are moving closer to your ultimate goal. Visualization is one of the most powerful tools you have at your disposal when it comes to achieving your goals and transforming your life. It's more than just imagining success. It's about truly seeing yourself in the future, already living the life you desire, already being the person you want to become. This practice doesn't just involve wishful thinking. It's about creating a vivid mental picture of your goals and using that image to guide your actions and decisions. The person you want to become is already within you. And by visualizing this version of yourself, you begin to unlock the potential that's been waiting to emerge. The power of visualization comes from its ability to shift your mindset. When you can clearly see the future you want, your mind starts to believe it's possible. The more you focus on that vision, the more it becomes real in your mind, and the more real it feels, the more motivated and determined you become to take the necessary steps to bring it to life. Visualization helps align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your goals. It brings your dreams out of the abstract and into something tangible, something you can work towards every day. When you visualize yourself achieving your goals, don't just picture the outcome. Picture the journey, the steps you'll take, the challenges you'll overcome, and the feelings of accomplishment you'll experience along the way. The more specific and detailed your visualization, the more powerful it becomes. Don't just see yourself succeeding, feel the emotions tied to that success. Feel the pride, the joy, the confidence, and the satisfaction that come with reaching your goals. By immersing yourself in these positive emotions, you send a message to your subconscious mind that this success is not only possible, but it's also already a part of your future. But visualization isn't just about wishing for success. It's about programming your mind to believe that you are capable of achieving what you've set out to do. It's about shifting your mindset from I wish I could to I am capable of. When you repeatedly visualize your success, you create a mental blueprint of how things will unfold. This blueprint guides your actions, helping you make decisions that are in alignment with your goal. You start to take steps towards your vision without even thinking about it because your mind is already focused on that desired future. Visualization also helps to build resilience. When challenges arise, and they will, your mental picture of success serves as a reminder of why you're doing what you're doing. It helps you stay focused on the bigger picture rather than getting lost in temporary setbacks. When you can clearly see the person you want to become, it becomes easier to push through the obstacles in your way because you're no longer distracted by the difficulties of the moment. You can keep your eyes on the prize, knowing that every challenge is just part of the process of getting there. Your thoughts create your reality, and through visualization you begin to take control of your reality. It's not just about wishing for things to happen, it's about using your imagination to create a detailed, vibrant, and compelling picture of what your life can be. The more clearly you see it, the more clearly you can move toward it. Your mind will begin to guide you in the right direction, and every small step you take will get you closer to the person you are visualizing yourself to be. So take time each day to imagine your future, to step into the version of yourself that you want to become. The more you visualize, the more real it will feel, and the more motivated you will be to turn that vision into your reality. Consistency is often the difference between success and stagnation. It's the small, everyday actions that build momentum and move you closer to your goals, even when the results aren't immediately visible. So many people start strong, filled with excitement and motivation, only to lose steam after a few setbacks or when the process takes longer than expected. But success isn't about quick fixes or overnight transformations. It's about showing up day after day, even when it feels like the progress is slow or barely noticeable. It's easy to get discouraged when you don't see instant results. Our world today often emphasizes immediate gratification, making it hard to appreciate the power of small, consistent efforts. But real change, whether it's in your personal growth, your career, or any other area of life, requires patience. The compound effect of consistent effort, however small, builds over time. It's like planting a seed and nurturing it, knowing that it won't sprout overnight, but trusting that every moment you tend to it brings it one step closer to blooming. Consistency is what turns intention into reality. The moment you commit to something, whether it's a goal, a habit, or a dream, the most important thing you can do is show up consistently, even on the days when motivation is lacking. Consistency doesn't mean perfection, it means being committed to the process, no matter the obstacles that arise. The days when you feel like giving up are often the days when your consistency will matter the most. It's during those moments of doubt and exhaustion that your commitment to showing up will determine the results you'll ultimately achieve. It's also important to remember that consistency doesn't have to be overwhelming. It's not about doing everything all at once or pushing yourself past your limits every single day. It's about creating a sustainable pace, one that fits your life but still keeps you moving forward. Whether it's 10 minutes of focus or a small task completed, those little acts of consistency are building the foundation for something much greater. It's the cumulative effect of these efforts that eventually leads to massive change, even if it doesn't seem that way in the moment. The beauty of consistency is that it builds trust in yourself. Every time you show up, even when you don't feel like it, you prove to yourself that you can rely on your own determination. You begin to see that the power to transform your life is within you, and it lies in your ability to keep going no matter the circumstances. The more consistent you are with your actions, the more you begin to believe that success is not a matter of luck, but a result of your own persistence and dedication. Even when things seem challenging or you don't see immediate results, trust that the consistent efforts are leading you in the right direction. Sometimes the growth you're striving for is happening under the surface where you can't see it yet. It's important to honor that process, to keep showing up even when the outcome isn't immediately apparent. Trust that every step you take is bringing you closer to your goal, and that your consistency, no matter how small the action, is working behind the scenes to create the transformation you desire. The key is not to give up before the results show up. Keep moving forward, keep being consistent, and know that in time your efforts will pay off. You have the ability to change your life right now, not in some distant future, but today. The only thing standing in the way of that transformation is the belief that it's too difficult, that you're not ready, or that it's too late. These limiting beliefs are the chains that hold you back from stepping into your true potential. It's so easy to get stuck in the comfort of your current reality, even if that reality isn't fulfilling or aligned with who you truly are. But the moment you decide to take responsibility for your life is the moment everything begins to change. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment, the perfect set of circumstances, or for things to fall into place. Life will never be perfect. There will always be challenges, setbacks, and distractions, but those do not define you. What defines you is how you choose to respond to those challenges. Do you choose to let them control you, or do you decide to rise above them, to take control of your story and shape it the way you want it to be? The choice is always yours, and it starts with changing your mindset. The power to change your life is in your hands, and it begins with acknowledging that you have the strength and the resources to create the life you desire. It's about recognizing that you are not a product of your circumstances, but rather the creator of your reality. You have the ability to make choices every single day that move you closer to the life you want. Whether it's a small change or a big leap, every decision you make, no matter how small it seems in the moment, contributes to the life you're building. There is no such thing as being too old, too young, or too inexperienced to make a change. If you're alive and breathing, you have the opportunity to begin again. You have the power to decide that today is the day you choose to stop settling, to stop allowing your past to dictate your future, and to start taking the actions that will bring you closer to the life you envision. It won't always be easy, but the process of transformation requires courage and perseverance, and you have everything you need within you. Don't let fear be the deciding factor in your life. Fear is natural, but it's also temporary. The fear of change, the fear of failure, and the fear of stepping outside your comfort zone can feel overwhelming. But fear is often just a signal that you are on the verge of growth. It's not a sign to stop, it's a sign to keep moving forward. Every time you face your fear and choose to move past it, you grow stronger, more resilient, and more confident in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. You don't need to have everything figured out. The journey to transformation is a process, and it starts with taking that first step, even if it's a small one. Don't wait for everything to align perfect for a start. Trust that the more you move towards your goals, the clearer the path will become. As you commit to yourself, to your growth, and to your dreams, you will see that the universe begins to open doors that you never even knew existed. The life you want is waiting for you, but you must take the first step. You must stop doubting your potential, stop questioning whether you deserve it, and start taking action. Your transformation is not something that happens in the future, it happens in the present. The moment you decide that you are worthy of everything you desire, that you are capable of achieving what you set your mind to, you unlock the door to the life you were meant to live. Don't wait any longer. The time is now. Take that first step